Hello everyone, you're very welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to tell you everything that you need to know about Trade Republic. I'm going to review everything from the platform's features to the fees and charges associated with the platform to the security of your cash and investments on the platform itself and much more. Once I've fully reviewed Trade Republic and everything that it has to offer, I'm then going to demonstrate how you actually use the platform to make investments. Specifically how you can use the automatic investing functionality on Trade Republic to put your investing on autopilot. All sections of this video will be timestamped below for your convenience. If you do want to try out Trade Republic for yourself after this video, you can do so using the first link in the description of this video. This also supports me as a YouTube creator and lets me know that you enjoyed this tutorial and review. So with that being said, who are Trade Republic? Trade Republic is a German investment firm based in Berlin. Founded in 2015 by Christian Hecker, Thomas Pischke, and Marco Cancellieri, the company has gone from being a humble German startup to one of the biggest neo-brokers in Europe. In 2021, the company raised $900 million in funding in a Series C round led by Sequoia Capital, which put a $5 billion valuation on Trade Republic's business. More recently, in 2022, the company raised a further €250 million in a Series C extension, led by the Ontario Teachers Pension Plan Board. So this is a company that has raised a lot of money at a large valuation from some of the biggest venture capitalists in the world. The company founders don't see Trade Republic as a trading platform. In a 2021 interview with TechCrunch, Christian Hecker said that many of Trade Republic's users use the platform as a savings plan. Quote, "I think what's very exciting about being a savings plan is that it's not only bound to short-term returns. 70% of Trade Republic's customers are not looking for short-term gains or investing with the sole purpose to benefit from the average buying effect. They believe in long-term trends like sustainability or the ability of the US technology industry to grow for the next 10 to 30 years. So Trade Republic sees itself as a platform for long-term investing, and that's a very important distinction to make when choosing a brokerage platform. If you're someone who is looking to engage in day trading for whatever reason, Trade Republic likely isn't going to be the platform for you. As for regulatory status, Trade Republic is a fully regulated financial institution in Germany. They are supervised by BaFin, who are the Federal Financial Supervisory Authority in Germany, as well as the Deutsche Bundesbank, who are the German central bank. Getting the required license to operate a business such as Trade Republic's is no small feat. It can take years to satisfy the regulator that your business is fully compliant and safe for consumers to use. Once you get that stamp of approval, you then have to continue to report to the regulator on an ongoing basis to prove that your business continues to be compliant with regulation. This is great for you, the customer, because you can take comfort in the fact that Trade Republic, a financial institution, is being subjected to the highest of regulatory standards, which is what you'd expect from any company that you're choosing to keep your money with. Because of that stamp of approval that Trade Republic has in Germany, that has allowed the company to expand its operations into 17 different countries across the Eurozone, with over 1 million users currently using the platform. Between those 1 million users, over €6 billion worth of user cash and investments are kept on Trade Republic. So with the introductions out of the way, now let's take a look at Trade Republic's offering. As always, we'll start off with the website. The website is very bog standard. It's effectively just a landing page for the Trade Republic app, but there is some useful information on the website that is worthwhile taking a look at. Aside from the information about the different products that are available on Trade Republic, which we'll be discussing separately, one interesting piece of information was around execution quality. Quote, "At Trade Republic, you trade stocks and ETFs on a public exchange, which is independently monitored. Thanks to new technology, we offer, on average, better investment prices than the reference market Xetra. This is money you save every time you invest." Effectively, what this means is that because of the technology that Trade Republic is using to process your buy and sell orders, the price that you end up paying or receiving is more likely to reflect the fair market price of that stock or ETF. On every brokerage platform, you'll notice that there's a small difference between the bid price, which is the highest price that a buyer is willing to pay for a stock at a given point in time, and the ask price, which is the lowest price that a seller is willing to accept for a stock at a given point in time. The difference between these two is known as the bid-ask spread. You want this spread to be as small as possible because A, it ensures that the price you pay or receive for a stock is the fair market price, and B, it signals that you can enter or exit that investment easily without having to sacrifice on price. Long story short, it's in your best interest for these spreads to be as close as possible, and with Trade Republic, the spreads are almost 43% lower on average than with Zitra, which is a good thing. Important to note that this is only to the extent that technology can allow for a slightly better bid-ask spread. Trade Republic, just like any other broker, does not control the bid-ask spread as a whole. The market does. Trade Republic has quantified the investor savings associated with this technology as 52 cents saved for every €1,000 invested. That might not seem like a lot, but over 20 or 30 years, those little savings can really impact your investment returns. In the past 12 months alone, this system has saved Trade Republic users over €6 million. Trade Republic went one step further and commissioned a research paper on their investment execution prices, which was prepared by 3 university professors from Germany and Denmark. In the study, they concluded that A, execution prices at Trade Republic are on average better than at Zitra and worse only on very rare occasions. Overall, this leads to lower implicit trading costs. And B, Trade Republic's explicit trading costs are much lower than the costs of 2 large German brokers. The other significant source of information on the Trade Republic website is in the support section, where you can find a large FAQ that covers many of the common queries that you might have about Trade Republic. So what kind of investment selection does Trade Republic have on their platform? The company states that there are over 9,800 stocks and ETFs and over 50 cryptocurrencies to choose from on the Trade Republic platform. With that kind of selection, it's unlikely that you'll be in any way limited in terms of what you can invest in. It seems as though on the German version of the platform, you can also access derivatives, but this doesn't seem to be available yet for investors in Ireland, where I'm currently using the platform. I can see derivatives on the platform, but I don't seem to have the option to invest in them. Investing in derivatives is not going to be a priority for 99.9% of you watching anyway, so it's definitely not a deal breaker, but it's just important to note that it seems like certain investment options are available in some countries and not in others. That will probably change in the future. So if you're looking for options or futures trading, Trade Republic probably isn't for you. The biggest, best, and most prized feature of Trade Republic is their savings plans. Essentially, this is the feature that allows you to automate your investments into different stocks, ETFs, and cryptocurrencies so that you never have to actively use the platform if you don't want to. There are benefits of using the savings plan feature to invest, which I'll talk about in just a moment, and I'll also demonstrate how to use the savings plan feature later in the video. Now let's move on to the fees and charges associated with Trade Republic. Fees are one of, if not the most important of considerations when choosing a broker to invest with. That's why most brokers these days compete with one another on the basis of fees, hence why fees themselves have gotten so low in recent years. When it comes to fees, Trade Republic is one of the best in class. Their fee schedule on their website clearly shows the fees that you, as a user, would have to pay for investing with Trade Republic, of which there are very little. Essentially, anytime that you make a transaction on Trade Republic that isn't a savings plan transaction, you'll be charged a flat fee of €1. That's €1 regardless of the size of the transaction. So if you're buying €5 worth of Apple stock or €5,000 worth of Apple stock, the fee is going to be €1, provided it's done in a single transaction. Now, if the transaction is carried out using a savings plan, which would be an automated recurring transaction, there are 0 fees charged. So if you buy €500 worth of Apple stock every month using the savings plan feature, you avoid that €1 fee every month. But if you manually log in every month and buy €500 worth of Apple stock, then every month you're going to pay that €1 fee. So clearly, Trade Republic wants you to invest by setting up automatic recurring investments using the savings plan feature. If you do so, then you'll only have to pay the €1 flat fee whenever you sell some or all of your investments. Unlike many other brokers, Trade Republic doesn't charge a foreign currency markup fee when converting non-euro amounts back into euro. There are no hidden commission costs or exchange connectivity fees. It is literally as simple as €1 per transaction outside of savings plan transactions. In terms of minimum investment amounts, Trade Republic does offer fractional investing as a feature, so you can literally invest for as little as €1. You don't have to have enough money in your account to buy one whole share in a given company, provided it's possible to buy fractional shares in that company. Fractional shares aren't always available for every company on the stock market. It'll become clearer how fractional investing works in practice when we do the tutorial, but if you want to learn more about fractional investing as a concept, I have a video where I talk about it in detail and the considerations that need to be taken on board when buying or selling fractional shares. One of the more recent additions to Trade Republic is the ability to earn 2% annual interest on your cash deposits on the platform. You don't even have to use the platform to earn 2%. You can simply transfer money from your bank account to Trade Republic and you'll be paid monthly interest on the cash balance, which amounts to 2% gross over the course of a year. No strings attached. This might sound too good to be true considering the abysmal deposit interest rates offered by many traditional banks across the Eurozone, but it's as genuine of an offer as they come. The European Central Bank deposit rate is currently at 2%, up from 0% at the beginning of 2022, and because of that, Trade Republic depositors are getting the full benefit of the ECB rate. So if you're someone who not only wants to start investing, but you're also looking for a place where your lump sum savings could generate a decent return, Trade Republic might just be your answer for both. Maybe you're saving for a deposit on a home and want to earn 2% interest on that deposit. You don't want to risk it in the markets, but you also don't want virtually 0% return on your money either. Trade Republic is a very viable option. That begs the obvious question: is my money safe with Trade Republic? The simple answer is yes, it is. Trade Republic is not a bank, so when you deposit your money onto the platform, your money is actually being stored with one of Trade Republic's partner banks, specifically Citibank or Deutsche Bank. These are two of Europe's most reputable banks. Not only that, like all European banks, deposits are fully covered up to the value of €100,000 under the deposit guarantee scheme. So that means in the highly unlikely event that either Citibank or Deutsche Bank goes under, your deposits on Trade Republic will be fully protected provided they amount to less than 100 grand. Given that the 2% interest rate only applies to deposits up to €50,000, there's no reason why you should have anywhere close to 100 grand in cash on the platform anyway. So your money is perfectly safe in the hands of Trade Republic. The protections afforded to cash deposits with Trade Republic shouldn't be confused with the protections afforded to investments held on the platform. The deposit guarantee scheme only applies to your uninvested cash deposits on Trade Republic. As soon as you invest that money, you're then looking at separate protections which specifically apply to investments. The first way that Trade Republic protects your investments is through asset segregation. Essentially, this just means that Trade Republic keeps your investments separate from the assets of their business. They do this by employing what's known as a sub-custodian to hold your investments. The sub-custodian for Trade Republic is currently HSBC Trinkhouse. In the event of Trade Republic's, or indeed HSBC Trinkhouse's failure, your investments will be 100% protected from the creditors of both Trade Republic and HSBC Trinkhouse. In the event that you do happen to suffer an investment loss using Trade Republic, you can claim compensation up to 90% of the value of the loss, subject to a maximum compensation claim of €20,000. It's important to clarify that this specifically refers to investment losses incurred as a result of the financial institution's failure and not losses incurred as a result of normal market conditions or bad investment advice. Finally, Trade Republic does not engage in securities lending. That means they won't lend out your stocks or ETFs to borrowers who are looking to short those stocks or ETFs. Some brokers do this to earn additional revenue, but it has the effect of bringing you, the user, additional risk. While the risk typically isn't massive and mitigating factors are usually put in place, it's nice to see that you don't have to worry about securities lending with Trade Republic. So let's move on to the Trade Republic web and mobile app. Yes, Trade Republic is available on both desktop browser and mobile app. This, in my opinion, is a must-have feature. I myself much prefer investing on desktop. I might be in the minority with that one, but I think that every broker should cater to both styles of investing. Just to briefly touch on the sign-up process, super clean, super sleek, no issues at all signing up. I believe it was the usual passport or driver's license for ID verification. There was a step for verifying your bank account and confirming your tax information, and then you also had to set your PIN. Interestingly, on the web version of the platform, your login ID is your mobile number, and you receive either a push notification or a text message with a code that allows you to access the web app. So this is what you're greeted with when you log into the web app. The first thing that you'll notice is that the user interface is very simple. Trade Republic is not trying to be something that it's not. You have your total portfolio performance clearly shown with 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 6 month, 1 year, and max performance filters. The total portfolio figure is the total value of both your investments and your cash deposits on the platform. On the right hand side, you can see a breakdown of your investments and how much cash you have on the platform. Right now, Trade Republic is showing me the daily percentage performance of my only investments, which are a €10 investment in Amazon stock and 1 whole share in 2e for illustrative purposes. If you click daily trend, you can choose to view this data as either a percentage or a euro amount. You can also select since buy, which will show you your total profit or loss on your investment since you invested. You can choose to view this as either a percentage or euro amount as well. The profit or loss figures that are shown are the figures after any fees have been accounted for. So if you invested €10 in Amazon like I did, right away you'll be at a loss because you paid €1 in fees. So even though the price of Amazon stock might rise above what you paid for it, Trade Republic won't display this as a real profit until your profit covers the total cost of the fees paid, which is nice. You then have a section called following and favorites, where you can effectively track stocks that you're interested in. This will be empty initially, but you'll see that every stock and ETF on the platform has a star icon, and if you hit that star, the stock will be added to your favorites. You can see that Apple stock and Realty Income stock are included in my favorites, and Trade Republic will show me how these companies are performing on a given day, and it will also show me the aggregated daily performance between the two companies. At the bottom of the main page, you also have trending topics. Trade Republic will offer up some hot topics like cybersecurity, and if you click into it, you'll be brought to a list of all the stocks that relate in some way to cybersecurity. You can also see the daily aggregated performance of cybersecurity stocks as well. Not a feature that I'd personally use, but still nice to have. On the mobile app, you can click this circle in the top right hand corner of the portfolio view, which will bring you to an analytics section that breaks down your investments even further. The order manager is where you'll find your outstanding orders that have yet to be processed. This section is split into 3 subsections: savings plans, limit order, and stop order. The savings plans tab will show you any active savings plans that you have set up. Remember, the savings plan is an automatic recurring investment. You can set it to run every week, every second week, every month, or every quarter. So in this tab, you'll see how many days are left until your next investment is executed, the investment that the savings plan refers to, and how much money will be needed to execute that investment. You need to have the required amount of money in your account on the day of execution in order for the transaction to go through. You don't need to have the money on the day that the savings plan is set up, which you'll see in just a moment when we demonstrate it. The limit order tab will show you any limit orders that have yet to be fulfilled. What is a limit order? A limit order is where you specify the price at which you're willing to buy or sell a stock. So for example, you can see here, I've said that I'm willing to buy 1 share in Amazon at a share price of €5. It's currently trading above €5, so that order hasn't been executed. I'll demonstrate how to put through a limit order in just a moment. The stop order tab will show you any stop orders that have yet to be fulfilled. What is a stop order? A stop order is where you tell Trade Republic to automatically buy or sell a stock as soon as a certain price is reached. This can be useful for limiting your losses in a falling market, also known as a stop loss, and for participating in gains in a rising market. The profile section is where you'll find updates about your account, transaction history, important documents, and the ability to deposit and withdraw cash to and from the platform. How you search for investments is by clicking on the search bar. You then have a couple of options. If you don't know what you're looking for, you can choose to view popular stocks, crypto, ETFs, and derivatives, which are automatically suggested by Trade Republic. Again, derivatives don't seem to be working for me. I don't know whether I'm just missing an appropriateness test somewhere, but if anyone can access derivatives, just let me know in the comments. You can also click discover all products and you'll be able to view all available products on Trade Republic. There's also filtering functionality on the right hand side where you can narrow down your search. For example, in the ETF view, our filtering functionality is broken down into sectors, regions, indices, and issuers. If you're looking to invest in index funds, you only really need to use the indices and issuers filters, but you can browse non-index ETFs that cover different sectors and regions around the world. The indices filter will let you specify what index you're looking for, and the issuer filter will let you specify what investment manager you're looking for. So for example, we can specify that we're looking for an S&P 500 index fund that's offered by iShares, and we'll be shown all of the results which match that criteria. If you minimize the filter boxes, you'll be able to see how many filters you currently have on. Trade Republic has also included the total expense ratio, or TER, of each ETF, which is really handy for knowing how much it's going to cost you to own a particular ETF. Other information shown includes the share price of the ETF and the yearly performance of the ETF. Check out my beginner's guide to ETFs for more detailed information on ETFs. In the stocks view, we're given the stock price, the daily performance, the total value or market cap of the company, and the dividend yield of the stock. So if the company has a dividend yield, that means the company pays a dividend to its shareholders, and the dividend yield percentage tells you how much of a dividend you'll receive relative to the price of one share. Check out my beginner's guide to dividend stocks for more information on that. Let's say we know that we want to invest in Amazon stock. We just search for Amazon in the search bar and click the first result. There's a couple of things to note on this page. First, you can clearly see the price of Amazon stock at any given point in time. You can also see the daily performance of Amazon stock expressed as both a percentage and a euro amount. The interactive chart will change as you set different time intervals, such as 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 6 months, 1 year, or 5 years. The color of the chart will indicate whether the selected time period was a winning period for the stock or a losing period for the stock. If the chart is green, it's gone up in that time. If it's red, it's gone down in that time. If you scroll down, you'll get lots of information and metrics about the stock. PE ratio, dividend yield, bid-ask spread, market cap, dividend history, analyst reviews, upcoming events, news articles, and the stock's ISIN. For ETFs, you'll see information like the total expense ratio, whether the ETF is accumulating or distributing, the PE ratio, total assets under management, the sector breakdown of investments, the geographic breakdown of investments, and the stock composition of the ETF. Now let's take a look at the buying and selling functionality. So you can see here that I can select between buy or sell for Amazon stock. If you don't currently own any of the stock that you're looking at, you won't have a sell option. The sell option is here for me because I own Amazon stock. Let's stick with the buy option for now. So you can see that you can select between specifying a euro amount that you want to invest or specifying the number of shares that you want to buy. My recommendation is that if you don't mind owning fractional shares, you should use the amount option and enter the exact euro amount that you want to invest in the stock. So if I enter 100 euro, you can see that this would buy me this particular number of shares in Amazon. Obviously, if you're investing 100 euro in Amazon every month as part of a savings plan, the amount of shares that you'll get every month will change as the share price changes. If you don't want to own fractional shares, you can select the shares option and simply enter the number of whole shares that you're looking to buy. If I want to buy 5 whole shares in Amazon, I simply enter that in and Trade Republic tells me how much I'll need to have in my account to buy those shares. Once you're happy with your order, you simply click review order and then you click buy now. The exact same applies to selling shares. Now, you can actually change the type of buy and sell order. This is where limit and stop orders from earlier come into play. If you click the 3 dots in the top right corner, you'll see you can choose between market, limit, and stop order. Market order is the default option, and that just means that you're telling Trade Republic to buy or sell your stock at the next best available price. But if we set it to limit order, you can see that you need to specify how many shares you want to buy and at at what limit price you want to buy them. Important to note that with limit orders, you can only buy whole shares. Fractional shares aren't available. You then have an option to select good for 1 year or good for 1 day. This determines how long your limit order will stay open for. If you select 1 year, it will stay open for 1 year or until the limit order is executed. And if it doesn't execute, it will be cancelled. Likewise, if you select 1 day, it will stay open for 1 day or until the limit order is executed. And if it doesn't execute, it will be cancelled after 1 day. Notice that if I click into sell, I can only sell my Amazon shares using a market order. That's because as of right now, I own less than 1 whole share in Amazon, i.e. I only own fractionals. Limit and stop orders aren't available for fractionals, but if I was to buy 1 whole share in Amazon, I would then be able to access the limit and stop order functionality for selling. On mobile, to access the different buy and sell functionalities, you simply click the drop down filter in the top right hand corner. It's worthwhile noting that when you visit a stock or ETF that you already own, you'll be shown a summary box which tells you information such as the value of your investment, its performance, how many shares you own, and how much of your portfolio is made up of that investment. Now I'll demonstrate how to create a savings plan. When you're viewing a stock or ETF that you want to invest into on a recurring basis, you simply click create savings plan. The first thing you'll need to specify is how frequently the plan should be executed. It can be weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, or quarterly. I'll select monthly. You then need to specify when the savings plan should be executed, either at the beginning of the month or the middle of the month. I'll select the beginning. You then have to specify the euro amount that you'll invest each month into this particular stock or ETF. Because this is a euro amount and not exact shares, fractional share investing is going to be mandatory when it comes to savings plans. So you will end up owning fractionals if you choose to use the savings plan feature. I'm going to set this at 100 euro per month. Remember, you don't have to have the money in your account to create a savings plan. You only have to have it on the date of execution. You then get given a summary of your savings plan, 100 euro every month with Amazon starting in February. You then click create savings plan now. So if we now go to our order manager, we can see that there's a savings plan for Amazon that's going to be executed in the amount of days specified within the circle. If we click on that, we can choose to either edit or delete the savings plan altogether. If you are going to be using savings plans, it's probably wise to set up a direct debit so that enough money is always in your account to execute the orders. I wasn't able to get the direct debit functionality working on the web app, but I know that you should be able to go to the mobile app and edit the savings plan in your order manager to set up direct debit, or else you could just send the money manually every month or set up a direct debit via your bank. I'm not going to cover the mobile app separately because I was only able to find 4 minor features that were present on the mobile app that weren't present on the web app. Those were A, the ability to invite friends to download Trade Republic where you can get up to 50 euro in free shares. B, the ability to set alarms when stocks hit certain prices. C, a winners and losers section that just shows the top daily percentage gainers and losers in the stock market. And D, a trending now section for your country. So that's everything you need to know about Trade Republic. As for my overall thoughts, I honestly think Trade Republic is one of the best options, if not the best option, for long-term European investors. The fees are best in class, the technology is state of the art, the platform itself is very user intuitive, they're offering 2% interest on cash balances, there's automated investing features. There really isn't anything bad to say about Trade Republic. This really is the gold standard for neo-brokers in Europe. I would like to see them invest a bit more in financial education resources for users, especially on the website. It's just nice for users to have the option to do some on-platform learning with their broker if they want to. It could be as simple as just having demonstration videos or articles about how to use the platform, or you could go one step further and start talking about investing best practices, terminology breakdowns, etc., etc. Overall, this is a 10 out of 10 platform. Anyone who chooses to use Trade Republic as their main broker would be making a very wise decision. If you do want to try out Trade Republic for yourself, you can do so using the first link in the description of this video. Using that link as opposed to downloading Trade Republic in the App Store helps me out as a creator and lets me know that you found this video helpful. Don't forget to invite your friends to use Trade Republic as well. You'll be able to nab some free shares by doing so. Thanks very much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions on anything that we covered by leaving a comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.